There we are. Hello, one and all. It's Charlie with Mountain Man Digital, back at it again after a long hiatus of not doing lives. I have reclaimed my office in light of the tragedy of COVID-19, with my daughter and my wife both home all the time. The newly finished office became prime real estate. But at long last, we've finished other parts of the house, and I'm back at it. So, what I wanted to talk about today is something that's going to tie in very closely with the program that I'm releasing, which is going to be a 6-week program that will teach chiropractors how to build their own website, get it to rank on Google, and do it all in just a few hours a week over 6 weeks without spending thousands on developers. So, how are we going to do something like that? Well, I'm going to give you a little view into the type of stuff we will be working on inside of that program today. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So how do you make a website? How do you put all these little pieces in the right place so that Google cares and so that your customers care? One of the most important things you have to do to put all this stuff together is worry about the words on the page more than the shape of the page itself. Okay? A lot of people, I think, when they go to build a website, they might go to wordpress.org, or we can even do .com to make it a little more user-friendly. And they immediately look at this and they go, what do I do? Right? Do I go to Discover? I have sites over here, right? And this isn't something that I use, so you can see it's not really filled out. But it's already overwhelming, right? And then you might think, well, instead I'm going to use a template, right? And I'm going to log into the back end of a website I have built. I'm going to install a template, and I'm going to go ahead and start building a site from there. That also gets overwhelming, because let me go ahead and just log into the back end of my WordPress site here. This is for mountainmandigital.com. There we go. Don't steal my password. And if we come in back here, right, well, let's go, okay, well, let's start with the home page. We'll go to Pages, all right, and then we'll scroll down here. And I think the home page on mine is named Mountain Man Digital. How about this? Where is it? I think it's on the second page. Yeah, that's why. And here we go. So here's the front page, and I go, okay, well, let's just edit it with my builder. This can't be that bad. And now we wait. And now we wait. Oh, the waiting. Gussie, take it easy. Sorry, the office cat Gussie's in here. And now we're in here, right? And yes, I can go in here and change this text. And I can go in here and change this text. And I can go in here and change this text all over the place, right? Or change the images. Or change the way the buttons work, right? I can do all the changing here, but it's too much at once, right? Because honestly, the way that Google looks at your site is like this, okay? So we're in a Google Doc now, all right? And essentially the words that you type into this Google Doc are like the paper Google is going to read about your website, right? So you can really imagine Google and its algorithm like a person, but a person who only reads papers about websites. That's pretty good. I just thought of that. And so the first thing we're going to do is just add a title, right? And I called this the best website just for fun, right? And so if we look at mountainmandigital.com, right, what this title would actually be is the thing that pops up here. Mountain Man Digital, digital marketing for chiropractors, right? Now, what are some other items that are going to exist in here? Well, you're going to have your section headers, right? These are your H1 tags, as folks like to call them, okay? And your H1 tags are going to be things like About Us, okay, right on that front page, and you're going to have a little snippet. The best website is all about, and then you write 100 words about your website, okay, just a little intro snippet so people know what's going on. This can sometimes just be one sentence, right? For instance, with mine, this is my H1, helping chiropractors get out there. My H2 is education, support, and community for practice owners who need digital marketing. Okay? And, whoa, we just made an infinite loop. And this is the easiest way for you to just fill out all this text, right? So we do an About Us section, and the next thing you're going to do is add another H1 tag, right? And this one will be services, right? And then if we look once again at my site, sorry about that, you see that we have these 6 different items here. And I tell you a little bit about each one. These are all H1 tags, okay? And you see how when you look at it as a site, this can already get a little convoluted. You're like, am I making an H1 tag? Am I making an H2 tag? How should I make this? Why should they be the way they are, right? This gets very confusing very fast, okay? And so what you instead want to do is have some just very basic stuff and then write some text about what that is. Services. The best website offers, right? And this should actually be an H2. Sometimes Google is grumpy about this and changes everything, just like it just did. There we go. And then under this H2 tag, right, you can have H3s. And so we'll have an H3 tag that has all of your services, right? Tree removal. That's what the best website's all about. Farming equipment. Why not? Coffee cups. Right? And you can have a list of different items here as well. Okay? And now there's this staggered tree that's getting built so that Google, as a paper writer, goes, okay, so if there's some folks out there searching for tree removal, farming equipment, or coffee cups, I could probably send them to this services page that has a header that links to that page on the front page of the website. Okay? You see that? This is how you organize a website so that it makes sense to Google, right? And more importantly, this will also make it so that it's easy to navigate when people get there, right? Because what do people want to know? Who are you? And what services do you offer? Those are the main things, right? From here, you can add things like, let's be sure to change our heading. Might need to, there we go, and put a blog, okay? And then in the blog, you can have blog posts, right? And these, if you're making it in a Google Doc, which I highly recommend, I would say just make your blog posts H2s, right? How the best website succeeds in 2020. The best tree removal tips. Things like this, right? And then as you add these in, you'll also notice over here, okay, you'll see, there we go. Let me fix this uppercase E, it's gonna bother me. You see over here, like not so much on the page here, it might look a little crazy at the moment, but if you look over here to the left as my cursor moves, you can see that this makes a good amount of sense, right? Services, the best website offers tree removal, farming, equipment, and coffee cups, right? Blog, how the best website succeeds in 2020, right? The best tree removal tips. And so these are just different items that we're layering into this site, right? So right now, you can see that the menu that'll end up at the top of your website here, this is already being built. And those menu items are going to be your pages on your website, right? More importantly, inside of each of these spots, right, as you write your H2 tags, and then as you add text in here for an About Us, the About Us page, here we call it our team, this stuff's all going to end up here, right? And so all this stuff can come together in a single Google Doc, which is going to dictate everything else for your site, right? Design, not a problem, right? Because you know the stuff you need and you get them in place, and then you copy the text out of here and you put it in your new site, right? This is the place you want to start building a website, with the text, okay? Because once you have the text organized, you're going to immediately know what the structure needs to be, right? It's going to become obvious because there are different types of sites for different things, right? This is Mountain Man Digital, okay? This is Reddit, right? A completely different site, right? Because companies actually upload stuff to that site. Users upload stuff to that site, right? Here is a client site, Davis Chiropractic, right? He's not looking to sell websites. He specializes in personal injury and auto accident cases, okay? The site has a different purpose, and the text we've created for the site dictates the shape of it, okay? So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, give it a like, share it with any of your friends who you might think will find it useful as well, and I'll see you in the next one.